Jeremy, when we saw you earlier in this newscast, you were watering the plants out there. Hopefully you've had some water too, because even at 11 at night, it's still pretty warm outside.
That is a great point, Lisa. It's very important to stay hydrated during these conditions. With temperatures surging up into the 90s, it is easy to get dehydrated and then have heat exhaustion or heat stroke. So please do stay hydrated. And I wanted to point out something. One of our control room producers, Courtney, told me that she's also an avid gardener, and she said it's probably better to water your plants very early in the morning than it is later at night, because the plants could end up having that root rot start to occur with pooling water in the soil. So if you do end up watering your plants, if you didn't get a chance to all day, I'm sure once late at night won't harm it, but best practice is early in the morning, according to Courtney. So that's really good information as far as your plants go, but don't try to water them in the peak heat of the day. That'll cause the soil to really dry out and the plant to get dehydrated as well. And speaking of dehydration, we're definitely going to see that for us too if we decide to do any outdoor activities. Try to do those before 11 in the morning, because we are going to see heat indices, or that feels like temperature on your skin, of over 100 degrees across all of central and northeastern Pennsylvania, and there is a risk of seeing over 105 of a heat index there in Carbon and Monroe counties. That's why that excessive heat watch is in effect there. We didn't hit records today, but certainly it was hot. 93 was the high temperature in both Williamsport and Avoca, just 1 degree shy of the record high temperature ever for Avoca, and also 1 degree shy of the record for Mount Pocono. 85 is what we topped out in today. Now, we officially reached a heat wave that is 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees plus, and we saw that today. We hit 93. That heat wave definition does vary by location. You know, in Phoenix, a 90-degree day is nothing to them, but here in central northeastern Pennsylvania, the criteria is 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees plus, and our last heat wave of 3 consecutive days of 90 degrees plus was back in August of 2022. That was a 6-day stretch. So far, we've seen 3 days. Looking back at our temperature history, we hit a high of 90 on Monday, a high of 94 yesterday, and today a high of 93. I think we're going to get into the top 10 longest heat waves. I think we're going to have a 7-day stretch of 90 degree plus temperatures, but it won't be as long as our longest, and that was set back in 1901 of an 11-day stretch of 90 degrees plus. Boy, that must have been brutal. This is the current view right now of Scranton. Current temperature right now 80 degrees, factoring in the humidity, feels like 82. Southwest winds at 6 miles per hour. Temperatures right now on the thermometer at 80 degrees in Lewisburg and Selinsgrove, 80 in Scranton as well. But factoring in that dew point, which is going to stay anywhere from 60 to 70, that's that muggy to tropical range. Tomorrow afternoon, it will feel like 97 degrees in Towanda, feeling like 96 in Scranton at 3 p.m., feeling like 93 in Mifflinburg and Danville. So it's going to be a hot one. UV will be high. Actually, it will be very high at a 10. Burn time's just 15 minutes. You'll want your sunscreen, the hat, anything to keep you cool and shaded from the sun. Here's your satellite and radar, just some isolated storms just outside of our viewing area. We do have a vigorous risk for some storms Friday night into Saturday, so I want to time that out for you here on Future Clouds and Radar. I think we're going to remain dry for most of us tomorrow. Maybe an isolated shower or storm for our northern tier late tomorrow afternoon. That'll push out quickly by about midnight, but our real vigorous storm risk is on Friday afternoon, starting around 1:30 in central Pennsylvania, extending eastward by 5:30, and then we'll be wrapped up by midnight. Saturday and Sunday looks unsettled. We could have a risk for some showers and storms as well. As far as future rainfall, probably another 1/4 to 1/2 inch, and our threat for some storms could include some high winds and maybe even some hail as well. That'll be small in nature. There's your 7-day forecast. 94 is a high for tomorrow. Tomorrow is the first day of summer, and certainly it will feel like it. We could see a storm in our northern tier. The more vigorous storm risk is for Friday. Throughout all of central and northeastern Pennsylvania, we'll be tracking that very closely, Lisa, for any severe weather that it might spawn.
All right, Jeremy, thanks so much for that. We know you'll keep us updated.
Yep, have a good night.
You as well.